to meet your employer.
How much do you know about fear?
All there is.
First of all, is this an homage film to all the classic films of the last 50 years, the last 23 films? Are there influences of those into this movie?
There are, but it's not what it's about. It's when I sat down with Sam originally, just said to him, I've done what I did with Casino, done what I did with Quantum, finished that story off. I now want to make the best Bond movie I can possibly make. And that was really the only criteria. I wanted it to be, so that the fans felt like they were watching a Bond movie, but to have the style and the class and the kind of the beauty of the early ones, and you know, and I just didn't understand why we couldn't, because we've got the money, let's get the best people and let's try and do it. And Sam that's all he wanted. He was in agreement, and he did.
So your objective was to make the best Bond movie. Do you think you did that?
The best one we could, yeah. I mean, maybe we'll try and make a better one next time, but this is the best we could make.
One of the things that really was very prominent in the film in terms of undertones was the aging.
There's no shame in saying you've lost a step.
I've always thought that Bond is great when he's living this fantasy that he's ageless, but once you start touching topics like that, it really, I feel like it tinkers with that universe. What are your thoughts on this?
I just don't think you can have a character that who you set up at the beginning of a movie says is going to save the world, and then in the last shot saves the world. I just find that boring. I mean, I don't think it's interesting, and I think you just end up kind of just churning out the same kind of thing over and over again. So you employ good writers, you employ good actors, and you make a story up, and you make something very strong, and you play around with it. And there's weakness is good. Weakness is good to see, because you can't see triumph unless you've had downfall. So no one told me that you couldn't mix those two things together in a movie.
How many more Bond movies do you want to do?
At the moment, none.
At the moment.
If I didn't do another one, I'd be more than happy. But I'm contracted for 2, and when the dust settles, I'll be really happy to get going on it.
Quickly, Javier Bardem, working with him,
Awful.
What was it
Just
like?
Dreadful. Just dreadful. Terrible actor. Hack.
What did he bring? What kind of challenging
aspects? He's just wit, humor, really, intelligence, all of the things that I lack, and he's just a lovely man, and I laughed all the time with him.